On tonight's show, we non-spoiler talk the new number one movie in the world, Thunderbolts. Asterisk, we know what the asterisk means. We're going to talk about it. Thunderbolts, baby, now in theaters, the 36th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Was it a win? Is Marvel back, baby? We're going to find out. Over on the TV side, I finally got into Andor. Is it the hype that everybody's talking about? We're going to talk about it. It's season 30, it's episode 2. Strap on in. It's time for a new Am I on the Air? Well, all right, all right, all right. What is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news in television, movies, and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-to-week basis to get caught up with it all. It's season 30, episode 2. Tonight's show is titled Disposable Delinquents. We're going to be breaking down the news from May 1st through May 6th. We are streaming live from the Red Dragons radio studios here in hot as hell Tucson, Arizona. It's actually not that hot tonight. I believe it's about 60 something degrees tonight. So Arizona, of course, again, can't make up its mind if it wants to be hot or cold. But I'll take these cold nights as much as I can because these 100-degree weather is right around the corner. We got a movie to talk about. We got a TV show to talk about. And of course, we're going to get into the news of the week. So let's get her going. I'm going to start off talking movie, of course, non-spoiler. If you're looking for the spoiler, get ready, guys, because it's coming. I know we failed you. We've been doing the Marvel spoiler reviews. Am I still on the air? We've been doing the Marvel spoiler reviews for many, many years. For most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we try to get the crew together and do our spoiler reviews. Now, I tell you we failed because a couple months ago, it was Captain America Brave New World. It was our first Marvel movie of 2025, and we did not do a spoiler review. And I know my boy Friggins, he hit me up many, many times. He said, we got to do a spoiler review. We got to do a spoiler review. And, I don't know what it was, man. I just didn't really have the motivation to do it. And the timing was just not in a good place for that movie. I had a lot of personal things going on, and it kind of missed the boat. And it's unfortunate because I love getting together to do these spoiler reviews. So Thunderbolts is here. And of course, we got to do it this time. So I've already talked to the guys. We are trying to do something Thursday night. This is tentative, but yes, Thursday night we hope to go live on the YouTubes and stream our spoiler review. If for some reason Thursday doesn't work, we should figure out a new day and time within the next couple days after that. So keep you posted on that. Definitely keep a watch on the socials, but it is coming. We'll be doing the Am I Still in the Air Thunderbolts spoiler review. So don't worry, but this is non-spoiler. And we're going to talk about the 36th entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thunderbolts. This is a movie that a lot of people kind of just wrote off and said, Marvel trying to do the Suicide Squad kind of thing. And I get it, right? This is a movie about a bunch of villains, anti-heroes that have to work together and do the right thing, which is exactly Suicide Squad. I never batted an eye at that, comparison. Because I love the cast in this, right? Because you bring in Yelena, right? Played by Florence Pugh, who we met in the Black Widow movie. You bringing her back in. We got Sebastian Stan, who of course has been a long-time staple as Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, the White Wolf. He has been in many, many projects, and we always love Bucky. We of course have David Harbour coming back as Red Guardian. Of course, Yelena's father, so that's always awesome. Wyatt Russell coming into this thing is John Walker, aka U.S. Agent, who we met in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show on Disney Plus. Hannah John Kamen is back as Ava, aka Ghost, who we met in Ant-Man and the Wasp. She was awesome in that movie. And you got Olga Kurylenko back as Taskmaster. So we got these, and Taskmaster, of course, from the Black Widow movie as well. So you've got these anti-heroes basically having to come together and run a job, right? After finding themselves in a death trap, seven delusion cast-offs must embark on a dangerous mission that will force them to confront the darkest corners of their past. So yeah, so I mean, basically, these guys are all out to kill each other, and they realize that it's Julia Louis-Dreyfus, her Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, is putting them all up to this, and they end up bearing together to, go fight her and bring her down. But of course, she has Bob in her back pocket, and I won't ruin or spoil who Bob is. You need to go watch the movie. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I absolutely loved this movie. I know I joked in the intro and I said, is Marvel back, baby? I never thought Marvel wasn't back because I still, even though the quality has definitely taken a dip over the last couple years, I still love the Marvel Cinematic Universe and I love pretty much everything they put out. There isn't anything that I feel just absolutely sucks. There's things that are obviously better than others, there's things that are top tier and there's things that are bottom tier. But when it comes to the MCU, I'm pretty much on board for whatever they throw at me. And I walked into this and just absolutely fell in love with it. This movie is on a smaller scale, but you get that old school Marvel feel of a team being put together, of people working together that don't like each other, and the great humor. And it's got a lot of heart. And really, at the end of the day, this movie speaks to mental health. It speaks to talking about your mental health. It speaks to having friends. It speaks to having people, family, friends that are on your side that are there for you, but they don't know if you're struggling if you don't talk to them. Everybody on this team is struggling, right? Yelena's struggling, Red Guardian's struggling, John Walker's struggling, Ghost is struggling. They're all struggling. And it's till they find themselves together as a family that things start to turn around. And it's a wonderful message. It gives you the feels. This movie had me tearing up in points, and it really hit all the marks. I absolutely loved it. I went and saw it on its preview night in IMAX. Mwah, chef's kiss. And then I went back the very next night and checked it out in Prime 3D. And it was just as good. I actually really enjoyed watching it the second time because there was a lot of moments and there was a lot of dialogue that happens in the earlier part of the movie that I picked up on, knowing how the movie ends and knowing how things turn out, that you catch these little moments and you're like, ooh, foreshadowing, right? And that's what's always cool about watching a movie back, the little things you miss the first go around because you don't really know where the story's taking you. Obviously, the standout here is Florence Pugh. She is so goddamn incredible. She is wonderful. She is one of the best actresses out today, and she makes you feel, man. She is so good. She's funny. She's witty. Her action is awesome. You just want to give her a big hug. David Harbour, so full, so filled. I love David Harbour in this role. He's so great as Red Guardian. He walks such a great tightrope of being so silly and slapsticky and being that comic relief, and then the very next scene talking to Yelena, talking to his daughter, and being serious, and he's wonderful. He does such a great job. John Walker, man, what a character. Wyatt Russell, man, playing this character that I absolutely hated in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really hated this character. I was like, get this shit off my TV. I do not like this guy. Somehow won me over. He's wonderful in this movie. I always loved Ghost, and it's great to see her have a bigger role here. Taskmaster being back, very cool. It's got a lot going for it, man. And Lewis Pullman. Lewis Pullman is Bob, man. Bob steals the show so many times in this movie, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. So I'm trying to stay tight-lipped. I don't want to ruin anything. Of course, Thunderbolts has an asterisk next to it. Everybody's been wondering, what does the asterisk mean? Um, we do find out in this movie, and I'm struggling right now. Do I talk about it? And I'm leaning towards doing it, and I think I will do it just because Marvel has already revealed this. If you're online right now, there's no surprise here. But because immediately on Monday morning all the marketing changed, and it was no longer Thunderbolts. The asterisk was revealed, and it is called the New Avengers. So I am not going to get into any specifics on how that happens in the movie. Are they really the Avengers? Is it just a subplot? How did we get there? You're going to have to watch the movie for that. But yes, the asterisk was covering up the new Avengers. So there's a lot of new posters, there's a lot of new billboards. Even the cast went online and had a big poster, and they ripped off the Thunderbolts name and it said New Avengers. But according to Marvel, according to Disney, the movie is still called Thunderbolts. The New Avengers is just a marketing thing, to gain some more interest in the movie and just show you what the asterisk actually means. So the movie technically is still Thunderbolts. So there you go. Guys, like I said, I've seen this movie twice. I will definitely probably go see it a third time this weekend. I love, love, love this movie. My daughter loved this movie so much. My wife loved this movie. My friends love this movie. I have not personally talked to anybody that did not like this movie yet. So that's great to see. It's got a 90% critic rating. It's got a 95% audience rating. It's got an A cinema score. So some would say Marvel's back, baby. And it's great to see. It's great to see. And in a couple months, we have Fantastic Four. Will they be able to keep this roll going? I hope so, because, we had Deadpool and Wolverine last year, which was incredible and made $1 billion, the biggest R-rated movie of all time. And then, now we got an incredible Thunderbolts. Will we have an incredible Fantastic Four? We could be off to some good stuff here for Marvel as we close out Phase 5. I believe this is the final movie of Phase 5 as we go into Phase 6, starting with Fantastic Four. So, very, very cool, my friends. And Thunderbolts, for the first time in 2025, gets the pew, 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 5 stars. 5 stars, baby. I have not had a 5-star movie in 2025. I barely had any 5-star movies in 2024. I think Deadpool and Wolverine might have been the only one. Um, but yeah, it's awesome to see, man. So welcome to the club, Thunderbolts. All right, guys. And like I said, keep an eye out for that spoiler review. It is coming. Over on the TV side, I did, Andor dropped season 2 over on Disney Plus from the Star Wars universe. Of course, this is still the prequel series to Star Wars Rogue One, which of course came out in theaters many, many moons ago. Um, I am gonna tell you, man, Rogue, not Rogue, but Andor. Andor makes me feel like I did when I talked on last week's show about Sinners, right? Sinners is that movie that everybody is absolutely in love with and thinks it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I didn't like Sinners very much. And I just didn't understand what the love is all about. Andor makes me feel that way. Andor season 1 was a struggle for me. It was just okay at best. I went through the whole season, I watched it all, but man, it was a chore. Season 2, saw the trailers, said, okay, this looks a little bit better. Let's do it. Disney Plus dropped 3 episodes on its premiere week. I've only watched the first episode, and I feel like I'm right back in that boat from season 1 where it was a chore. It was a chore to get through that first episode. I found it very boring. And there's just something about this show that I don't connect with. I don't know what it is because I love Star Wars and I love pretty much anything they throw at me in the Star Wars universe. But Andor, I don't know what the disconnect is because I do like Rogue One. I don't think it's one of the greatest Star Wars movies out there, but I do like it. There's something about Andor that doesn't connect. And it's daunting because Disney Plus released 3 more episodes the second week and 3 more episodes this week. So we're up to 9 episodes already in 3 weeks, and I've only watched 1 episode. And it's not a show that I feel like I can binge. It's not a show that I can just hit and play next episode because I'm bored out of my mind after the episode I just watched, and it's a task. So I gotta shake it off, and I gotta build up that that momentum to watch the next episode. So I'm glad a lot of people are loving it. I'm again seeing a ton of people say this is the greatest thing Star Wars has ever put out. I don't get it. I don't see what y'all get in this show. I do have some close friends that watch this show, and they do agree with me. They all think it's boring and it's a hard show to get through, and that at least makes me feel a little bit better. But when I look online and I look at Twitter and I look at Instagram and I just see all the love for this show, I'm just like, damn, what am I missing? So, but I did check it out. It is just okay at best. But like I said, they're up to 9 episodes now, and I've only watched one. So maybe, just maybe, the season will turn around and I'll have a better approach by the end of it. All right, guys, that's all I got, man. That's all I got from the movie and the TV side. On last week's show, I reviewed like 5 or 6 movies, a ton of TV shows. So there's a lot to take in. Hopefully, you checked out that season 30 premiere episode last week because we talked about Sinners. We talked about The Accountant 2, Until Dawn, Another Simple Favor, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Girl, You Know It's True, Havoc. We talked about a lot, man. And on the TV side, You, Season 5. So if you missed all that, definitely go back and check it out. Okay, so let's talk box office. Coming in and number 10, it's Nicolas Cage's newest movie, The Surfer. Number 9 is Hit, The Third Case. Number 8, Warfare. Number 7, The King of Kings. Number 6, The Amateur. Number 5, Until Dawn. Number 4, The Accountant 2. Number 3, a Minecraft movie. Number 2, Sinners. And number 1, Thunderbolts. $74.3 million. So congratulations there to Thunderbolts, which is 74.3 here domestically in the US. Worldwide, it's about 165 million. And it's on about $180 million budget. So hopefully the word of mouth will continue to keep this thing rolling. I don't think anything new comes out this weekend. So hopefully you could have another really big weekend with a little drop. Um, and we'll see where that kind of goes. Um, I'm hoping the word of mouth really, really does wonders for this movie. And maybe the marketing with the new Avengers is going to get more people to go back and say, damn, this isn't a movie I should skip. I should check it out if they see that Avengers title on there. So we'll see how it plays out. Of course, we'll talk about it on next week's show. All right, guys, let's get on over to the news of the week. Again, if you want to follow along, you want to watch any of these trailers, you want to read any of these full articles, definitely head on over to our X page. It's the easiest way to see all of this, x.com/am I on the air. All right, kicking things off, Guy Ritchie. It's official, man. Guy Ritchie will be directing Roadhouse 2 with Jake Gyllenhaal. I love it. It's a great addition there. I loved the Roadhouse 1. Sad to see the director not coming back for that one, but Guy Ritchie is a hell of a step in there. Yes, Thunderbolts does have 2 post-credit scenes, by the way. And the final one is the longest end credit sequence in MCU film history. It runs about 2 minutes and 54 seconds. It's an awesome post-credit scene that was actually filmed by the Russo brothers while they were doing Avengers Doomsday. So very, very cool. They just filmed this post-credit scene about 30 days ago. So I love it. It's great to see it all tie in. It might actually even be a scene from Doomsday at the end of the day. So we'll see how that all pans out. But definitely stay through the 2 post credits. There's one in the middle and one at the end. Chris Hemsworth is set to star in Subversion, which will be a submarine action flick coming together over at Amazon MGM Studios with Patrick Volroth directing. Takashi Miike is set to direct Neon's Bad Lieutenant Tokyo, which will be starring Shun Oguri, Lily James, and Liv Morgan. That's right, my favorite Liv Morgan from the WWE. Man, I'm so proud of her getting a big opportunity like this. The film is going to hit the international market over at Cannes, so that's going to be very, very big. We got the new poster for Neon's new film Together, starring Alison Brie and Dave Franco. This is a hell of a poster. We have the first full trailer for it as well that's up on the page, so make sure you check that out. It looks creepy. Shogun Season 2 is going to begin production in January. Of course, most of the cast will be returning there. Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks star in the new murder mystery series, The Better Sister. This is premiering May 29th over on Prime Video. Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, and Nick Mohammed star in the trailer for Prime Video's Deep Cover. This is a new movie that's coming to Prime Video over the summer. A new documentary showing how they made the John Wick movies is called Wick is Pain, and we have the trailer for that. Rachel Zegler is going to be playing Marissa Tomei's daughter in an upcoming comedy called She Gets It From Me. Final Destination Bloodline reactions call it the franchise best movie. Yes, I am hearing nothing but wonderful things about Final Destination Bloodlines. This comes out next weekend, and I cannot wait. I'm hearing just so much good stuff. Dogman is coming to Peacock. You can start streaming the movie on May 30th. Josh Holloway tries to take down Keith David's crime empire in Max's new original show, Duster, and we have the new trailer for that. Anthony Michael Hall is joining Netflix's Wednesday for season 2, reteaming him with his Edward Scissorhands director, Tim Burton. ABC's Summer 2025 premiere dates. That's right, we have a full list of new and returning shows, including Bachelor in Paradise, Match Game, and so much more. Check that out if you're interested. The creators of Big Mouth have announced their next animated series. It's going to be a new animated rom com called Mating Season. This is going to hit Netflix next year. Um, this really pissed me off, man. Jeremy Renner was doing an interview and he revealed that they asked him to come back and do season 2 of Hawkeye, but for half of his season 1 salary. What a bunch of shit, man. So of course Jeremy Renner was like, "I'm sorry, like what? You want to pay me half? Like why, you know?" And he's dumbfounded. He's like, "I love the character. I want to play it." He's like, "I didn't even ask for more money, but I should at least get what I made in season 1, right?" And yeah, so they offered him half and he said, "Go fly a kite." And just basically peace out. Who knows? Maybe they'll renegotiate now that this has hit the market and it shows how cheap Disney is being. But that's a load of shit, man. You got Jeremy Renner, an OG Avenger over here, and you want to do season 2 of Hawkeye and you only want to pay him half of his salary? Come on, guys. Don't play the guy like that. We have the new teaser for The Gilded Age, season 3. This premieres June 22nd over on Max. May 9th is when the Wick is Pain documentary comes out. A24 has released the first trailer for Eva Victor's Sundance hit, Sorry Baby. This hits theaters on June 27th. Danielle Deadwyler battles cannibals in the new trailer for 40 Acres. Splitsville is a new movie starring Dakota Johnson. It's a new comedy that'll be released in theaters on August 22nd. A new Elephant Man movie is in the works, and the main star from A Different Man with Sebastian Stan is in negotiations for the lead role. Chloe Fineman is a sexual fairy godmother in the trailer for Summer of '69. Canada's CBC television series has renewed wild cards for seasons 3 and 4, but no word yet if it will return stateside over on the CW. So keep you posted on that. Rosa Salazar, unfortunately, I like her a lot, but she unfortunately is leaving the cast of the upcoming CBS drama Einstein, starring Matthew Gray Gubler. She is leaving due to scheduling conflicts since the show was pushed back a year. We have the new trailer for Resident Alien. That's right, season 4 of Resident Alien is coming on June 6th over on the USA Network and Sci-Fi, and it streams on Peacock the next day. I love Resident Alien, so I'm so excited for season 4. I actually forgot that they were doing another season, then this trailer dropped in and got me very excited that we're this close because it is so funny, man. If you've never seen this show, you need to go watch it. Like I said, it's on Peacock. Definitely check it out. It's hilarious. All right, what else we got here? We have the official trailer for Overcompensating. This is a new series that premieres May 15th over on Prime Video. We have your first look at Jensen Ackles and Eric Dane in the new show Countdown, which is going to be premiering June 25th on Prime Video. We have the new trailer for Fear Street Prom Queen. This is streaming May 23rd over on Netflix. We have the first full trailer for Nicole Kidman's new Nine Perfect Strangers Season 2. This premieres May 21st on Hulu. We got a really cool behind the scenes look at the Avengers. Of course, they're now filming Avengers Doomsday, and they put up a really cool picture behind the scenes of the actors just kind of hanging out. You got Chris Hemsworth, you got Channing Tatum, Simu Liu, Paul Rudd, Robert Downey Jr., Evan Moss Baccarat, Umbaku, Anthony Mackie. They're all just hanging out. It's pretty cool. And then they went and saw Thunderbolts, and everybody was cheering on the movie, which I thought was really, really cool as a family, the Marvel family, shouting out. Apple TV Plus's Silo has wrapped production on season 3. I still got to finish season 2. I better hurry up. Over there, Let's see here. We have the new official trailer for The Chosen, Last Supper. This is season 5, starts streaming July 15th on Prime Video. We have the first teaser trailer for Spike Lee's new film, Highest to Lowest, which stars Denzel Washington, ASAP Rocky, and Jeffrey Wright. Squid Game Season 3 is coming out for the third and final season. It premieres on Netflix June 27th. And along with the new poster, we have the new teaser trailer. So check it out. It's about a minute long. But once again, season 3, final season, premiering June 27th. Um, Together, the new movie we talked about earlier with Alison Brie and Dave Franco is sitting at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. This hits theaters on July 30th, so definitely worth a watch. We have the trailer for Rick and Morty Season 8. It premieres May 25th on Adult Swim. We got the Thunderbolts director talking about some more details behind the scenes for the movie, some things they took out, some things that were in the script, which is a pretty cool read. Ryan Felipe is a former NASCAR mechanic in the new trailer for Motorheads. Jurassic World Dominion dethroned Star Wars as the most expensive movie ever. Pretty insane because I guess they filmed Jurassic World Dominion during COVID, so it made the budget balloon to like $550 million, which is crazy. So it is the most expensive movie ever made. Kevin Feige supposedly has a 10-year plan for the X-Men's future in the MCU. Aubrey Plaza, Susan Sarandon, and more are joining the Office stars new movie. Um, who are we talking about here? I don't even have it written down. Sorry. Jenna Ortega and Robert De Niro are pool hustlers in the new David O. Russell movie that they are doing. Um, let's see here. Sorry. Got distracted by something else there real quick. Ryan Johnson's next movie is not going to be Knives Out 4 or his Star Wars film that supposedly he's been working on for the last decade. He's going to step away and do something a little different. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock are going to reunite for a new romantic thriller that Amazon's putting together. Um, a new serial killer comedy is coming from an SNL alum, and they're putting the stars together for that one there, which sounds pretty interesting. Angelina Jolie is set to star in Anxious People, which will be a new movie adaptation of the book, the bestseller book. So glad to see Angelina Jolie doing something a little more normal than she's been doing over the last several years. Samuel L. Jackson and Pierce Brosnan are enemies in the upcoming trailer for The Unholy Trinity, so you can check that out. It's a new Western. Emma Roberts, Luke Wilson have joined a new rom-com called Getting Rid of Matthew. I love that name. The Bears' Jeremy Allen White is set to star in Hustle Director's new movie. Gal Gadot will star in a new World War II thriller called Ruin. Let's see here. The Sergeant Rock movie supposedly is canceled from DC Studios. This, of course, last we had talked about it. It was going to star Colin Farrell. Luca Cudagino was going to direct it. I was scratching my head saying, why the fuck are we doing Sergeant Rock when there's so many other big DC characters we should be doing? And I think James Gunn listened to me and just said, you know what, Don, you are right. We should not be jumping into Sergeant Rock. Let me put, Flash, Aquaman, Batman, Wonder Woman all together first before I jump into these D-level fucking characters. So as of right now, there's going to be no Sergeant Rock movie. So there you go. Um, we have your first look at the new movie Jay Kelly, which is starring George Clooney, Adam Sandler, and Laura Dern. It's directed by Noah Baumbach, and it's going to hit theaters November 14th, and then Netflix on December 5th. We have the first poster for Stephen King and Francis Lawrence's new upcoming movie, The Long Walk, which I heard great things about this one over at CinemaCon. This is going to hit theaters on September 12th. I'm so excited about this. The Studio has officially been renewed for season 2 over on Apple TV Plus. The Studio is one of the best shows that's on television right now. I laugh my ass off at this show every single week. It is so good with Seth Rogen. If you're listening to this show, you are a fan of TV and movies. The Studio is a show you need to watch. It is a behind the scenes, funny ass look at the movie industry, and it's awesome. And it has been renewed for season 2, and I applaud Apple TV Plus for moving forward there. We have the first teaser for We Were Liars. This is a new series premiering on June 18th over on Prime Video. The sequel for Practical Magic is official, and it's going to be hitting theaters on September 18th, 2026. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman are set to return. We have a new IMAX trailer for How to Train Your Dragon. This hits theaters on June 13th. We have a new poster for Lilo and Stitch, which premieres on May 23rd. Matthew Good is investigating cold cases in a new trailer for the movie Department Q. Snow White, the new live action one that bombed, is going to be hitting digital on May 31st. So keep your eyes out for that. Let's see here. Chris Pine is set to star in and produce a new action movie called Run the Night. Apple TV Plus's show Acapulco is going to be ending with its upcoming fourth and final season, so keep an eye out for that finale. Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD have all been renewed over at NBC. Nickelodeon has canceled the family sitcom Tyler Perry's Young Dylan after 5 seasons. Emmanuel Chakwi is joining the Lincoln Lawyer for season 4. We have the cast of Tyler Perry's Divorced Sisters, a new spin-off series premiering in June on BET+. CBS has canceled The Equalizer, starring Queen Latifah, after 5 seasons. The Hunger Games vet Josh Hutcherson is joining Bottoms star and co-writer Rachel Sennett's upcoming HBO comedy series. Winona Earp star Melanie Scrofano is going to be heading back to the Sci-Fi Channel in a new series called Revival. It's funny, the official Avengers social media accounts now have a copyright symbol on them after Thunderbolts came out, which I just find super, super hilarious. Chad Stahelski, director of all the John Wick movies, says John Wick 5 is going to be very, very different. He says, the high table storyline that ran through the first 4 films reached its conclusion. So going into the 5th movie, it's going to be a whole new story and a whole new task for John. So pretty cool, man. That's exciting right there. Um, Zoe Deutch, along with John Hamm and John Slattery, are going to star in a new R-rated Hollywood comedy from the director of Wet Hot American Summer. Thunderbolts writer reveals that Taskmaster had a much different role in the original script. 10 Things I Hate About You, the original director says he is developing a follow-up movie. We have a big article up with Thunderbolts co-writer Eric Pearson as he talks about all the details of the script and all the changes it went through, which is pretty cool, man. It's a really good read. Mandy Moore is joining comedian Nate Bargatze in the new movie The Breadwinner, which will be a comedy feature that Eric Appel is directing for TriStar Pictures. So I love it. I love Nate Bargatze. Mandy Moore is cool. Hopefully this will be really, really good. Emmy winner Julia Garner is eyeing her next project over at Netflix. The Ozark and Inventing Anna star is in talks to play Caroline Ellison in a new series about the rise and fall of cryptocurrency exchange called FTX. And in some pretty big news here, man, I don't know if this is going to be official. I don't know if this is going to end up really going anywhere, but I'm excited because Ryan Reynolds is in the early stages of exploring a new Deadpool movie with the X-Men. That's right. He wants to do a Deadpool X-Men team-up movie. So he is toying with writing some new treatments for a film that would see Deadpool teaming up with about 3 or 4 members of Marvel's X-Men and kind of doing a group kind of movie like that. Now, Deadpool creator Robert Liefeld said, just call it X-Force and let's just do the X-Force movie already. I agree. I mean, if you already got X-Men set up over at Marvel, why not let Ryan do X-Force? We already kind of teased it in Deadpool 2. It would make sense, right? Bring back Cable, bring back Domino, and let's do X-Force. But I don't know. This is in very early stages. Basically, they say Ryan's doing all of this on his own, coming up with the concept, trying to figure out a way into this story. If he finds out something he really, really likes, then he's going to bring it to Kevin Feige and they'll kind of go from there. But right now, he's just in very, very early writing stages to come up with this idea of a team up with, like I said, 3 or 4 members of X-Men and Deadpool doing something. So I love it, though. It's very exciting because I know after Deadpool Wolverine came out, he said, I want to take a big break from this character. I don't know when you'll see him again. And it was just kind of sad because we all love Deadpool. So this got me very excited to see that he's working on something new. And on that note, my friends, we are done working on something new as this episode is done. So you are caught up with the latest and greatest. I know we did it a little bit. Well, we still hit a half hour, but we did it a little bit quicker because last week's show was a day later, so we lost one day of news that I did on last week's show. Plus, last week was supersized for the season premiere. We went over an hour long, but we're back to normal at our half hour mark. Like I said, keep an eye out for that. Am I still on the air? Thunderbolt spoiler review. We will hopefully get that out in the next couple days. Very excited about that. Um, but yeah, let's do the socials. Let's wrap this baby up. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark that. All our links are there. Make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Give us a follow on X at simply AmIOnTheAir. You can find me at DXDonMega. Same handles over on Threads. You can also find Am I on the Air on Blue Sky as well. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all your favorite feeds. Just subscribe. We're on Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon Music. We're on everything. So make sure you subscribe. Leave us a review. Leave us a thumbs up. Leave us 5 stars. It would really, really help out. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're on everything, so make sure you check that out. Remember, I do video reviews, quick thought video reviews over on TikTok and Instagram and on YouTube Shorts, so make sure you check that out and subscribe so you can see those. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow at Red Dragons Radio, all one word, and at popculture_pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me on this Tuesday, May the 6th. May the 6th be with you. I hope you all have an amazing week. We'll be back next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Red Dragon!